Is your brain ready? Ready for the ride of a lifetime.
Move it!
Buckle up for an audio journey of epic proportions.
It's going to be an exciting adventure.
A journey so out of mind that it borders on the insane.
The next word that comes out of your mouth better be some brilliant fucking Mark Twain shit. Because it's definitely getting chiseled on your tombstone.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back.
Don't say we didn't warn you.
What, are you scared?
No.
Welcome.
Again. Well, the MDZ podcast.
I'm your
I'm your
host.
host,
The
the great Perfect Pick'em Parlay Playoff in the NFL.
The
The Tubble Art himself,
Big Daddy D.
Accompanied by my
Second place. Co-host.
host,
Co-host.
co-host,
Other
other
host.
host.
You're 6 for 6 to start the playoffs. There's 7 games left. See if you can run the table.
I will say there's a chance. There's an absolute chance that I finish below 500.
Good 6 and 7. Just 0 for your last 7. That'd be intense.
There's an absolute chance, and I've done that before. For some reason here, the Stream Deck is not acknowledging the cameras. That one works, but it won't go to main cam. I don't understand. So,
It's a
the sober
sober
podcast
because
is
it's
difficult.
Completely. I had one beer.
Just to
Just
go thirsty and wanted to taste that Playa-Mar Jose Cuervo thing.
How is it?
Delicious.
And
And it's no carbs.
So it
So it
says.
says.
When
the alcohol processes, obviously it has to have some sort of carb. That's alcohol. But it was fucking delicious. Mango flavored, fruity.
Sounds good.
There's nothing about it that I didn't like. See, we did it last week We had Lowell on. I had to delete that one. I did remove it. My dad was mad. I was shitting on my hometown. I wasn't wrong, but I was shitting on it. And I dropped R-bomb a couple times. And my political career to be ruined at such a young age. Because Lord knows there's a chance.
Oh, well, that's all right. I forgot. I had the video capture device. I had to mute it. For some reason, it'll, right there where that mouse is, it'll record the audio on the camera too. So it clearly would have been like super echoey and hearing a lot of the game. So what did you do all weekend, my friend?
Just basically sat around and watched some playoff football. That's about it. Didn't do much else.
Not much else.
Yeah, not much else really outside of just football.
That's okay though.
Yeah. It was nice to chill at home for a change. Usually my weekends are pretty flooded, so it was nice to just relax and do not much of anything. So
I would take that. And then when did we have the tornado? That was Saturday, right? Or Sunday. It was Sunday.
yeah, Sunday.
So we were going to come over, and I was at the gym 2 miles from where the tornado came roaring through. And then it was shitty all day, and it's just like, nobody wants to do anything. We didn't do anything Sunday except just like watch the weather, like old people.
That's funny.
I had intended to watch the football games. Instead, we watched Shameless, and I got that giant TV in the living room. I have watched like 4 games in the NFL this season on it. The iPad has been my main source of football watching this season.
That's funny.
It's sad.
Yeah. Well,
You saw how blue my TV is in my bedroom. I couldn't even watch the NFL on that because it would just drive me nuts.
yeah, I get that. Don't want to watch Smurfs NFL.
I am 33 years old, master of my domain, right?
No.
And I have less rights and privileges now than when I was in the military. Well, not quite that low. Not quite that low, but either way. I did pick my teams right, despite not really getting to watch any of them all season.
Yeah. You did.
What did you get wrong? I know you got the Las Vegas one wrong.
Yeah, the Steelers.
Fanhood. So I wouldn't have been perfect either, because even if the Bears had made it, they would have lost in the playoffs. And I'll tell you, that's something that's frustrating as a fan, following everything on Twitter, and constant talk of who's getting hired where and who's doing what. Twitter got me mad yesterday that there's growing excitement for Leslie Frazier in the Chicago.
Well, they just brought in Colts defensive coordinator for his second interview. DeBlucas or something like that.
I don't even fucking know who the guy is. Why? Just, I guess you should hire a GM first.
No. You call up Brian Flores and you get him there and say, "What GM would you like, sir?"
So the talk on the town of that is, if Brian Flores comes in, he wants control of personnel.
Okay.
He wants Watson.
Ooh.
So
That's hard.
the talk is that
we're trying to get Watson.
Yeah, the talk is the interview didn't go that great because of, like, it's kind of a,
Right.
you can't.
Subject. Touchy subject. Like, he'll touch you whether you want him to or not type situation.
I'll touch you after you start touching me.
Yeah. So that's true. I get that.
And Byron left, which I think is on Saturday.
That's weird. I still find it weird, like, he's the offensive coordinator for Brady and, like, he started when Tom was already a Pro Bowler, like, Super Bowl champion, is when he started playing football. And then was never as good as Tom, and now he's like, hey, Tom, let me call your plays.
That is weird.
It's so weird.
How much control do you think Tom has of, like, any aspect of the offense?
As much as he wants. I think not very much, because I think he's pretty good at, like, staying in line.
I play, you coach.
Yeah. But if he wants to take over, he can do what he wants.
Have you started watching, or have you watched Man in the Arena?
No, I don't have ESPN Plus.
That's a shame.
But yeah, I think that Tom obviously has free range to audible in anything he wants to also. So I think he lets him call the initial play, and if he really sees something out there, he just switches it up.
So I have, when I'm doing cardio in the gym, I decided I'm not going to listen to music. I'm going to watch Man in the Arena. Man, I hate how much I enjoy Tom Brady.
He's awesome as a person too.
Yeah, he's so charming. I love when he cusses. There's just something about, like, he was so...
Well, you learn that he wasn't no fun. Bill's no fun. That's what you're really learning as Tom is away from New England.
Yeah, the Patriot way is not Tom. Like,
No.
he's just cool as fuck. And he cusses a bunch in that show. Like, because it's on Plus, they don't blur it out either. There's a lot of F-bombs throughout the series. I've only made it through 2 episodes. Probably 15 or 20. Brian Harrison dropped a couple. Willie McGinnis dropped a couple. Tom says a lot.
Yeah, I need to see it for sure.
You have to see. You can probably use mine. I don't know how hard they control, like, IP address stuff on it when you're logged in.
I have no idea.
Like, HBO doesn't give a fuck. So
No, the guy actually came out and said share it. I don't care.
yeah, so like my HBO pass, it's in 3 different states, like, at any given time. Hulu, that one sucks.
Hulu cares hard.
Yeah,
They care a lot.
there have been many late nights where a sudden password changes because Nicole's giving it to a couple people and Ivan's trying to watch it this one time, and if she gets booted, she'll text and be like, "You lost it. Sorry, password's over." And it's done right then and there. It happened. I was watching it at home. She was watching it at work one night, and 2 friends were doing it. And I don't know what happened, but it sent her a message about being, like, at the limit or over the limit. It might even be 2 screens. I think it was 2 screens.
But also, like, I was using my mom's live Hulu for a while, and when I moved here, like, literally, like, the day I moved here, they're like, "You're not at home."
YouTube TV does that. If I try to watch a game, like, in Sarasota, they're like, "This isn't your region.
Yeah.
Just temporary. Enjoy your viewing." Okay. Snowbirds that come down have an issue that have YouTube TV.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be a problem. Like, how do you say, like, "No, I live here now"?
Yeah, I live here 6 months a year, and the other place the other 6 months. Well,
Probably have to just email support, basically, every single time.
turns out that's a big old circle jerk. So now my patient is locked out.
Gross. That sounds terrible.
Poor guy is a paraplegic, stuck in bed, can't do anything. And now his YouTube TV, so he has an HD antenna to watch all of his whole life.
I
Makes me
have
miserable.
an antenna, and it's awesome.
How many channels do you even get on it?
All of the locals. That's all I cared about. And then you get a whole bunch of weird stuff, like Laugh, LAFF, Grit. But, like, you get ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. You know, they all come in crystal clear.
I can't. You get Wink too then?
Yeah, Wink is CBS.
That's right, it is, isn't it? So
that's the thing. It's like, and it's free. So, like, I bought the antenna for $80, and then I just have those things forever now. Which I basically bought for sports, because since I don't want to pay a streaming service fee, it's kind of nice to be like, I can watch Sunday Night Football and, you know,
not have to worry about it.
all those things, some playoff basketball, and not have to pay for some streaming
For
service.
now. That's probably gonna end someday.
Yeah, unless I'll figure out a way to charge you or something. But
Luca's a beast.
yeah, he's good.
He's all right, I guess. I mean, for a European guy.
Yeah.
So, last week, you announced to everybody that you were up by one game, 132 and 102 to 131 and 103. You went 4-2. I went 6-0. What made you pick Vegas? What was the? You just wanted a non-favorite. Oh,
I'm just not a Bengals believer. I'm not buying it. I'm gonna pick. That'll lead us into our first pick. I'm gonna take the Titans with the points.
So that's the Cincinnati Bengals at Tennessee, 3.5 point favorites. Is Derrick Henry activated yet?
Yeah, he's supposed to play. They're saying he's questionable, but I think that's a lot of lip service. I think he's in, and they know he's in.
I think he was ready.
I mean, the Raiders lost by 1 touchdown, so like they didn't cover the 5, but they were driving down at the end with a chance to tie it.
They didn't pull a Dak.
Yeah, I think the Titans are better than the Raiders, so
That's fair. How do you feel about Dak was okay with the fans throwing?
he came out and apologized for that
Yeah,
because he had to.
that's right. He applauded.
Yeah, that was wild.
I was.
And there wasn't much talk about it because people just don't care what Dak has to say. If it was Tom who would have said that or something, or
And it's America's
everywhere.
team. Dak comes off as kind of milk toasty to me. I feel like he doesn't have much personality. Game numero 2 is a very difficult game for me to pick. 49ers at the 6-point favorite Packers.
Give me the Niners. I'm into it. I'm into the running game, the O-line.
It's so hard. I'm going to follow you because I
So I can't get a game. No, I'm with you. That's
I
fine.
thought of that, but mainly it's because fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you can't pick the Packers as a Bears fan. I get you. If you're even close to picking the 49ers, you're kind of stuck there.
Yeah, and I just want Rodgers to continue his losing streak against 49ers in the playoffs. 0-3, going to be 0-4. Rams at the 3-point favorite Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks. Tampa Tom, like Tampa.
So you're gonna take the Rams are basically what? A male sheep. So it's like the sheep versus the goat. Give me give me the goat. I'm sorry. That was bad.
Bad.
Yeah, I'm not betting against Tom in the playoffs for sure. Really ever, but definitely in the playoffs.
And the game of the week, I think, truly, is the Bills at the 2.5
In the most
point favorite.
50-50 of either team winning this game.
Yeah, they could both.
Healthy 55-point total.
And either team could put up a fucking donut and just. What's the weather supposed to be in Kansas City?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 55-point total, so I'm assuming good. Okay, that's a healthy Vegas total.
I'm giving you a chance here to.
Yeah, I'll take Mahomes.
Has Mahomes been to the championship every season?
He went to the AFC Championship, lost in overtime to Tom. And then he went to the Super Bowl and won.
Been to the Super Bowl and lost.
And then went to the Super Bowl and lost to Tom. So Tom's taken him out 2 of his 3 years.
It's crazy.
So it'd be funny when he goes to Super Bowl again and faces Tom. And Tom's like, no.
I'm just hoping this is Josh Allen's year, I guess.
Well, I'll root for the Bills. I like to see different stuff. I mean, it'd be fun if it was Bills, Rams, 49ers, Titans. Titans, Bengals doesn't really matter. Neither one of them have been around. But 49ers, Rams, Bills, none of those teams have really been contenders for a little bit.
I mean, really, if you're rooting for the team that sucked forever, it's the Bengals.
I still think the funniest Super Bowl matchup would be 49ers Titans. Just the most like there's no star power there.
It would be
outside of Derrick Henry, there's no star power.
It would be the lowest rated Super Bowl in 15 years.
Yeah, that would be weird. Like, because I mean, if the Bengals make it, they'll sell the crap out of Burrow. Bills, Chiefs sell themselves at the quarterbacks.
People seem to love the.
NFC's harder because I think Bucks, Packers, both have good selling points for Super Bowl. Rams is tough though. I mean, I guess they'll try to sell Stafford and like not be his first year, not being on the Lions and stuff, and Cooper Kupp.
I mean, he already got a win, so like he's already.
Yeah, and Cooper Kupp, but like the 49ers have nothing to sell. They have talented players, and they can talk about how good Debo is, but at the same time, it's like
There's no storyline other than, oh, is Jimmy G going to be the quarterback next season?
yeah. And if they go to the Super Bowl, yeah, he will. I mean, to be honest, almost guaranteed if they go.
I think if he wins this game,
yeah,
he's there.
Pretty much. Unless they win despite him somehow. Like he has like 100 yards and 2 picks, but their defense has like 2 touchdowns, and Elijah Mitchell just goes bonkers.
Yeah, Bosa takes over the game.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, if he plays well, they win.
Besides your Steelers, who are you most disappointed to not see here? Bless you. Bless you.
My goodness. Who am I most disappointed to not see left?
Yeah.
Like that made the playoffs?
No, maybe any team that you just like that you're sad they didn't.
Probably the Seahawks. I like watching Russ.
I can give you that one. I like to watch I like to watch Russ cook.
Yeah. I can't think of anyone else.
I can't even say the Jags just because like they're nobody and they've always kind of been nobody.
The Jags. I was thinking of a team like this year that actually I think could have been good or whatever.
You know, I would have liked to see the Panthers do something.
Chargers maybe.
Chargers,
fun to see
yeah.
Herbert in a playoff game.
Yeah, the Chargers and the Panthers I think were the two that I wanted to see make something happen. I wanted this to be Darnold's comeuppance. Just be like, fuck everybody.
Apparently 3 NFC West teams wasn't enough for me. Wanted all 4 of them to be in there. Because the Rams, 49ers, and Cardinals all made it. And I'm like, the Seahawks should have too.
The Cardinals, man, talk about putting up a goose egg. That was a rough.
That was bad. They were really good. They were the Steelers from last year.
Yeah, but they collapsed sooner. They were 1-5 after the Bears game.
Right, but I mean, like, because the Steelers were 11-0 though, and then basically were useless. And the Steelers were 11-0 not because they were good, but because Tomlin's a great coach, and we kept barely beating teams
That's what good teams do, right?
that we had no business to beat. I mean, really, this year we made the playoffs, so we didn't just beat anybody.
I mean, same as the Cowboys.
Every game we won, we could have lost.
That's kind of the Cowboys have the last 3 years. Undefeated.
The Cowboys, they've drubbed a couple teams where they won by like 20
Not with
points.
winning records.
No, that's true. But we don't drum anybody. I mean, no offense to your Bears, like the Bears almost beat us. Could have beat us. Every single team Pittsburgh played could have beat us. We don't.
That's true.
Which shows you our talent level wasn't very high.
Yeah, and you tied the Lions.
Yeah, because we don't have the talent. It's just like we called better plays down the stretch than they did, type thing. I don't know.
I still got to watch the damn the Raiders-Chargers game, how that went down. I want to see the timeout and the whole issue that happened with Staley and the timeout.
Wish he'd have missed the field goal. Wish he'd have missed the field goals was the Colts would have taken care of business because Steelers aren't any better off going to the playoffs, and now our draft pick just went up like 6 picks.
Yeah, it only hurt you to get your ass beat in the playoffs.
Yep.
But they did score the most points of all the losing teams.
Woo.
It's like kissing your sister. It just doesn't matter. So, this week, our top 5 was appetizers. No.
Delicious.
We didn't put any stipulations or anything on it, so I didn't. I included things that like I like to make for my appetizers. I didn't just go with restaurants.
You're like Frosted Flakes.
Yeah. Breakfast charcuterie board.
Yum. Had that. Delicious.
So, without further ado, is your list ready?
Yep.
Would you like first? You want to go second?
Sure. I will say my honorable mention is soup. Just didn't make my list. Didn't make my top 5, but I like soup. The reason it didn't make it is because it's such an individual object. It's hard to consider it an appetizer in a way. Like, you can't share a bowl of soup. No one's like, can we get a bowl of French onion for the table? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be so weird. So that's why I didn't make it to my top 5, was just because, like, I like soup when it comes as an appetizer. I'd be like, I love it, especially like chili and stuff like that. But like I said, you can't share it, so it didn't feel very appetizer-y to me. So my number 5 is loaded fries / like loaded tots. Same thing. But
That's delicious.
yeah, they're great.
Unless you have that one friend that likes to, like, who's the toppings whore that takes them. You never been with one of those? Like,
I guess not.
the guy that takes like a nacho. It's just loaded with all the toppings. Well, if they're stuck together, that's one. It doesn't. I can't help it.
Yeah, loaded fries.
I do love loaded tachos. The first time we had that was at
Loaded tots are my preference, but I suppose like loaded potato, whatever you want it.
the first time we had them at a little bar in South Beloit. Oh man, those were good. I think that bar closed down during the pandemic though. It's been like 6 bars in my life. That was an ugly fucking 3. So number 5 is one that is a homemade invention, the one that you've had of mine several times. And now I'll use the recipe. And that's my bacon wrapped chicken bites. That is typically one of our family appetizers that we like to have before we do a steak or something. And it's super easy, man. It's just, cubed up chicken, wrapped in bacon, sprinkled with some cayenne, salt, pepper, garlic. If you're not doing keto on it, you like to throw a mixture with some good real maple syrup and not like Mrs. Buttersworth and stuff like that, with extra cayenne. I don't do the syrup just because it's fucking sticky. But it does make it good, sweet and salty, spicy. Number 5, bacon wrapped chicken bites.
Solid.
Love them.
Number 4 for me, charcuterie boards, just in general.
No preference of the meat on it. Is there a demand when you have one, it's gotta
Pepper jack cheese or some form of spicy cheese needs to be on there. Like pepper jack, habanero jack.
Do you have a
chili, cheddar, whatever, some sort of spicy cheese, and then with crackers and yeah, I like charcuterie boards.
another top 5 for us? Top 5 crackers or like that sort of club Ritz.
Brady. Okay. Robert E. Lee. Stonewall Jackson.
Jesus.
Oh, bad jokes.
Number 4 for Miguel. Onion rings.
Yeah, I thought about them. Didn't make it though for me. But onion rings are fantastic.
I didn't have them on my board originally, although I always loved them.
And they're a gray area because they're almost equally a side about half the time at restaurants.
Yes.
I love them as a side.
But I felt like I had too many appetizers that had meats on them, so I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
You talked about meats. Let me pull a straight vegan approved.
I guess I technically would have 2 meats on mine because bacon bits are usually on loaded fries.
I'll give you that, though, because you don't even know if bacon bits are real meat.
And you could get it off there. Charcuterie boards, you have to have meat, though.
For sure.
But it's always like weird stuff, like prosciutto and
Prosciutto.
And
Which I keep prosciutto in my fridge at all times.
No, but I'm saying like it's always stuff like that where you're like, what is this meat? Like I had a charcuterie sausage board at Belgian Monk, and it was like random sausages they had made. Like I had no idea what I was eating. It's just meat.
Do they have a spicy sausage on there? Or all just oily, greasy, delicious ones?
None of them were oily. They're all homemade, so there was like lamb in them and stuff like that, but they were good.
I would like that. You want me to go now? I'll do 3 since you went first. The first 2.
Oh, okay.
Which one we talked about before? Bruschetta. Fresh bruschetta. Doesn't have to have meat on it. Sometimes people use prosciutto on it. Mine does not. As long as it's got the fresh, what is that? The Italian salsa with fresh mozzarella. Oh, some fresh bread.
Well, my number 3, I guarantee is not on your list. It is fried cheese. And I say fried cheese only because I wanted to include mozzarella cheese, cheese curds. Because I find cheese curds, like, my favorite is, like, pepper jack cheese bites. When you get the little, like, circular pepper jacks that they fry or bread and fry, those are the best. And then curds probably. But the mozzarella sticks are good.
Mozzarella sticks wouldn't be on. Curds could be on my list.
That's why I said fried cheese. Just fry some cheese, and it's good. Dip it in some marinara.
When we went to the whatchamacallit. Man, what's the name of the damn farm? Went up there and I had you try my cheese curds. Those are fucking delicious.
Oh yeah, those are good. Cheese curds are so good, especially like a cheese curd that's made fresh is so good.
Yeah, even though Culver's has like the best restaurant, I think that's not
Best fast food one.
Yeah, it's not even in the same ballpark. I don't even think they use the same breading.
No, it's not. Like even if you go to like a
Hunsader's,
a local bar,
yeah,
they make them there. It's better than Culver's.
Any bar in Wisconsin on the side of the road is gonna have just a fucking.
Oh, I would love to go to Wisconsin and just cheese it up.
It's just a random bar in the middle of fucking nowhere and just outside of Beloit, Wisconsin, right where I'm from.
Maybe sometime we'll go to your hometown, do some cheese, do some drugs.
I can get you both.
They're the same places from what I hear.
I love it. Stables. I had family that owned a bar called. They owned Stables. We had parties there, and at some point while I lived in Florida, I don't know if they sold it or if it closed and they went bankrupt, but they don't have it anymore. But I miss that. They used to get us cheap. We used to order food from them. Like, hey, we'll come pick it up on the bikes. It was good to get us a case of chicken wings and we'll be good.
All right, my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Chips and dip. So like chips and queso would be number 1. Chips and salsa is okay. It's fine. I like it, but I mean, I'll always buy the cheese. But yeah. Chips and dip.
Yeah.
I mean, like, especially like you go to like a B-Dubs or something, they have their chili con queso dip. And that's why I was like, we're not going to nitpick. If you want to have some sort of like jalapeno popper dip that I'm going to dip a cheese in, sure. Give me that. Chips and dip is one of my favorites. And it's a great one to get for the table. So shareable. Especially if you go to like Chili's and it's refillable.
Is it free refill? No, not for those, is it? Chili's, man. Chili's, they're chips. It's just they're the only ones that have that super thin chip.
Yep. I do like the traditional Mexican chips as well, though. When they're warm.
Oh, yeah.
Because like they're hot still. That's what makes a good chip. If you're not going to be that thin chip like Chili's, like, be warm.
Be warm.
Yeah.
Where's it? Used to be a chain up north. It was called
Chili chips are never really warm.
No. But
they've been out for
they
a
were
while.
freshly fried within the last 10 minutes, but they lose heat quick because they're so thin.
They have no heat.
And they just sit next to the fryers and they just throw salt on it. I was like, all right, that works.
And I want to, like, what I should do is, like, when I go to the Mexican restaurant, I should be like, give me, like, the brown ones. Give me the ones that are,
Like over-crisped?
Yeah, the over-crisped ones.
Oh, not me. I want an under-crisped. It's still crispy.
See, like, the ones that come out, like, wet.
No. I still want them crispy, but not.
Because, like, that's the problem. Sometimes they come out, like, wet, and those aren't any good.
My dad would appreciate a restaurant up north. We used to go there. Closed long ago. In the Janesville Mall, Diamond Dave's. They used to, as soon as you walked out, you sat down, they just brought you a fucking basket of chips. And they had like a 6-pack, a cardboard 6-pack, and they're just all their sauces, and you just start like a ketchup bottle.
Well, Chi-Chi's.
Chi-Chi's.
That was national for a while, right? Before it went under. They had the table salsas, like in the little ketchup bottles.
Yeah.
They'd squirt into your own little bowl. Can't
beat it. Chi-Chi's. I can't even say that I ever went to Chi-Chi's.
My family went a lot.
Is it Mexican?
Yeah.
Is it tacos?
Okay, so.
Tex-Mex.
Mexican. It was not quite Tex-Mex. I think Tex-Mex is weird, but I don't really like Tex-Mex.
I don't know what the fucking difference is.
Well, it's kind of funny. Like when we were doing chain restaurants, I almost included on my list just whatever your local Mexican restaurant is. Like, because we all know
they're all roughly the same.
They're all different, but they're similar. Like Chinese places can be very different.
Mm-hmm.
Mexican places, I'm like, who mass produce these menus and just change the names of the restaurants?
Yeah, that company's making bank.
Because they're roughly the same. Like you go to any place,
just change the headline. We're good.
Like I went to 4 or 5 different Mexican restaurants in, Charlotte County, and I'm like, they're all similar. Like there's slight differences, but you can get the same foods.
What's your favorite one down here?
So far it is
Blue Tequila, Azul Tequila, Casa de Mexico,
not tequila.
Plaza de Mexico.
Tequila was definitely lowest. Plaza Mexico was my favorite until I just had this last one.
Use some fucked up meats in your sandwich in your bowl.
No, it's just expensive. The one that I just went to, what was it called?
North Wharton.
It's in Port Charlotte. It's right off 41.
Everything's off 41.
That's fair.
41 goes all the way through your town, up by you, doesn't it? And you can drive almost the whole north and south all through the United States on 41.
Let's see if I can find it here real quick. I know it's right by.
You're killing me.
It's over by Gators.
I thought that was Plaza, Mexico.
It's on the other side of Gators, I guess.
It's your new favorite, and you don't know the name or anything, huh?
Dude, it's some Spanish name. I've only been twice.
Cozumel's? Do you know where Cody's is? There used to be a place called Alligators.
Well, I've never heard of this place. Hidalgo's Crazy Tacos. Maybe I should go there.
We have a taco truck next to a boat motor shop here in Inglewood. It's open from 11 to 4. I hear really good things about their street tacos.
Oh, Los Mariachis.
No, never been there.
I kept wanting to say margaritas, and I was like, that's not right. Yeah, it was good. It's real good. They're the one who have the giant meat plate that I want to try. And I was like, I just need to bring Mike sometime. We'll get it's like a papaderia or something meal for 2, and they have a meal for 4. We'll just go split the meal for 4.
Yeah, we'll split the
with meat.
Yeah, we'll split the meal, and the girls can just hang out with themselves.
They get a roast con pollo or something stupid.
I think Nicole likes to get enchiladas.
Enchiladas.
Number 2 for Miguel. Bang Bang Shrimp. Every place now has their own Bang Bang Shrimp.
Yep.
But you got to give it to the original, and that's Bonefish. And it's not even anything spectacular, but they serve their sauce is like the best. That could almost be not included on your sides thing though, because their serving size has gone down considerably since I first had it. It used to be here's 35 mini shrimp, and now it's here's 12 shrimp. You got 4 people eating 3 shrimp apiece.
Yeah, that is hard how places have started to go to that. I've noticed that places are starting to narrow down their appetizers to a point where it's well, that's not really.
And now Publix, the one that you drove by to get here, had no chicken. I don't know what's going on. I didn't know that there was a chicken shortage again, but our Publix was out of toilet paper. and chicken. So somewhere in the vicinity, someone is just trying to Craigslist sell a bunch of chicken. It's frustrating that we're still having these issues. People just need to say, people need to start paying their employees. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, chickens are going to waste because there's no one to do the dirty work. And toilet paper, that's probably some manufacturer that's going through a strike because they're only paying their employees $7 an hour.
So it's parrillada mexicana is the meal I was pulling up for you. It's a large skillet platter filled with a variety of meats. Those meats are steak, chicken, shrimp, carnitas, sausage, and bacon. It also comes with queso and Nepal, which is cactus, and then served with rice, beans, lettuce, tomato, guac, sour cream, and tortillas.
Just a trash can lid of shit. Just eat it all.
just here's a giant thing of meat. Let me put queso on top of it.
I'd be down. There's a Mexican place up in Bradenton that has like ridiculous servings, and I went there with my buddy Juan when I worked at the hospital still, and he's just like, "No way, brother, I'll order for you." Like, all right, man, and he ordered us huevos rancheros, and it comes. The plate is a little bit smaller than that pillow.
Oh.
And it's topped with 4 eggs over medium. And he's just, I honestly couldn't tell that I touched the food. He cleared it. I was appalled, a little grossed out, and impressed at the same time. He's gone on to since have bariatric surgery. And he's down like 125 pounds. Now he's struggling. I bet that happens a lot. Like, people lose all that weight right away, and then they're trained, but then they still get
the
stagnant.
biggest problem too is like, I think that what happens is people they stay firm, they stay steadfast, they get all the way down to their goal weight, and then they get like they're happy where they are, and they just like get lax. Not that they quit cold turkey, but they're like, I don't need to cut anymore. And so then they get a little bit lax, a little bit more lax, a little bit more lax. Go to the gym a little less often. Now I'm not going 5 days a week. I'm going 4 days a week.
To lose that much
now
weight.
I'm going 3 days a week. Now I'm eating a little bit more junk. And then it just...
He lost all that weight so fast. I bet you there's a lot of skin. And I think bubbly drinks have been the doom. I think that messes with it. It forces the stomach to grow in that little sleeve that it's in. So I think now he can eat more. So that's gonna. I'm hoping. I told him to start getting his ass up early and go to the gym, or text me and we'll motivate.
Right. So my number one, I got a little crap from Bethany. Be like, "Is that really an appetizer?" And I'm gonna still stick by it and say yes. Number one for me is just bread.
I can see why she'd give you shit.
And there's a variety, because the reason she got upset is because I'm like, I was like just classifying rolls, biscuits, like breadsticks, however you want to cut it. Like the bread from Cheesecake Factory. She goes, well, that's free most of the time. She goes, would you still pay for it? And the answer is yeah. Yep. And I think breadsticks are the evidence that I would. Because when I go to pizza, I always get breadsticks. And they always cost money. But it's like, you gotta have the breadsticks. And like if Texas Roadhouse were to say, hey, it's $8 for bottomless Roadhouse rolls, I'd be like, put it on the bill, like whatever.
Does it come with all the honey butter too? By all means.
Yeah, we have no issues. Like bread is my go-to. And like I couldn't limit it to just rolls or breadsticks or.
Just makes me want to go to Fazoli's even more.
Bread is fantastic.
I had one.
Fazoli's used to charge for breadsticks. I pay for them.
I had a bite of a potato when that meal was good. I haven't had. That was the first bread, heavy starch carb that I've had in 2 weeks.
Speaking of, probably not keto.
No.
the bread appetizer. But it's a good one, and it's kind of an underrated one in the fact that everybody loves bread.
It's so taken for granted.
And no one thinks it through. Like, it is really funny how many different ways we just eat bread as an appetizer. Breadsticks, rolls, biscuits,
if we have any
muffins.
Italian in the house,
yeah,
we stop at Publix and we get like a
garlic
fresh
bread?
The garlic bread, but we stop at Publix and get a fresh Chicago loaf, and we'll have 3 or 4 pieces of just buttered bread and just eat it. And
Well, I also love like if you have a good soup, like ripping up like sourdough or something and dipping it in there. Bread is so good. And like I said, I don't think it's underrated in that like some people are like, I don't think I like bread. I think it's just people, like you said, take it for granted, and you're just like, yeah, bread's good, but they don't think about the fact that like we just eat bread like as a standalone appetizer. Like I've had bread, and I'm not a butter guy, so let's eat bread. And
yeah, let's see. If I didn't have something on it, I'd be, nah, sorry, I don't need it. I need it.
But like Taste Your Dust, they come pre-buttered and stuff. Like, but I don't add extra butter necessarily. But so good.
If we have garlic bread, I go to Winn-Dixie and buy their garlic butter to put on the already Texas toast or whatever on top of it. I have a puddle of oil in the bottom of the pan.
Ooh, cheesy garlic bread though.
I don't even do that. Nope. I stick to super. Oh, tons.
It's great.
We don't do it. Heavy garlic, heavy butter.
One thing I used to like is it's called Italian dippers. It's such a poor person meal. You take hot dog bun and you open them up, and then you put like mozzarella cheese on them, and then and Italian seasoning, and you microwave it.
Ooh, microwave. Oh, wow. That's
and then you basically melted the cheese on there, then you just dip it in marinara sauce. So good. Or put it in the oven if you have like time and you get them kind of crispy. But it just shows you like bread is just.
That's kind of our poor pizzas. We'll just buy it like if you have a loaf of bread, you use some stewed tomatoes and use the juice on it, and smash it down and make some Italian seasoning, some garlic, whatever Italian herbs you got.
Well, have you ever had like Campfire Pizzas?
No.
Never.
Is that what they're like?
What?
Is that what they're like?
Yeah, you take 2 pieces of bread, and you put marinara sauce, cheese, pepperoni generally, because that's usually all you do because you don't have that many ingredients when you're camping. You put it on there, and then you kind of just make it like a grilled cheese.
Like a grilled cheese, but a little Italian.
But normally why it's called Campfire Pizzas because you have those little sandwich cooker things. So you butter both sides, and you put the pizza thing in, and you put it in the campfire, and you pull it out.
I can see that being delicious too.
Pretty good. Every once in a while, I crave one, even though I'm like, I know it's not as good as real pizza, but I haven't had a Campfire Pizza in a minute.
It's a good poor food. Completely lacking protein, but
Pepperoni.
if you can afford the pepperoni.
Yeah, it's. I think bread is just. It's so good. Really, I think my top 2 are basically bread because chips and dip. My top 2 are like, do you like carbs?
Hey, listen, Nicole, since she's been pregnant, her favorite midnight snack, pizza Lunchables.
Gross. Bethany loves those too, and just no.
Oh, I love them. I just can't have them.
I've never liked them.
Why not?
I don't like the little dough piece.
Nicole actually wasted the pepperoni. She's like, I love these pizzas so much, but
And
she
it's
only
cold.
likes. It's so good. I don't know what their pizza sauce is, but it just goes so well with the fucking cold dough.
I know I'm in the minority, but that's not my thing.
And I eat it in 2 bites. One good deep bite, and then I just kind of fold it up like a sandwich, a taco when I take the second bite. 2 bites.
All right. What's your number 1?
Something you absolutely disagreed with. Chicken wings. I know there's restaurants all based around chicken wings, but I include the fact that...
No, it's the best tasting. I'll give... Maybe not compared to bread. I don't know. Yeah.
Nothing's better than bread.
It's so hard to compare bread to it because there's bread on the chicken wing. That's what makes it good.
But not mine.
That's true. But yeah, chicken wings are my favorite food, period. But that's why the only reason it didn't make my list is because it's my favorite food. And if I eat 2 chicken wings at a table with you guys, and then I'm just gonna be mad I don't have chicken wings.
So if I were going to do that, because we discussed this and I understand your side, I had a backup. And it's something I love. Nicole can't stand, so I never get them. Loaded potato skins.
Delicious. That's kind of like my number 5. Just loaded potato.
Yep,
it's funny, it's funny how many different ways you can load a potato. It's just fantastic.
But you don't like sour cream?
I still love a loaded potato skin.
If I have a loaded potato skin, that's the way that I will, like, load my potato with fucking sour cream. And I can take or leave sour cream in most occasions. Tacos, taco salad, like everything I could take it or leave it. But if it's on a skin,
I think the thing that bothers me most about potato skins is if you try to buy them frozen at the store, they're like, it's $9 for 3.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
it's,
And it's something. It's like no money in ingredients.
I know, but you buy them frozen though, and it really is like you get 4 potato skins, and it like for real is $8. And
Yeah,
it's like, how is that possible?
And they're not even that good because they're frozen. And the TGI Fridays ones are just not
You
worth it.
can't get those reasonably. Which really like breadsticks in a way. I mean, breadsticks you can't pay less than like $3 or $4 for an order of breadsticks. Whether you get them at the grocery or at any restaurant, like $4 is about as low as you're getting. And it's bread. You think that you could get it cheaper than $4, but you cannot.
I'm writing this stuff down because I don't. Because it was an honorable mention, but I think it's instead it can be used for something else. My honorable mention instead was poppers,
Like
jalapeno poppers, and pizza rolls.
Yeah, that's good.
Are you
like frozen foods?
Are you a nuke pizza roll kind of guy?
The microwave?
Yeah.
Am I drunk? Because then maybe.
Nah.
Otherwise, no. I will always in the oven. The only time I've ever microwaved them is when I'm hammered. I'm like, I want them now, and they're not as good. And what I usually would do, this is super lame, is I'd put 20 in the oven, and then nuke 10 of them.
I can understand that. I can make sense of that better than like my buddy Brandon will just like nuke them. That's how I like them. That's how you like them?
I like them soggy and like maybe warmer.
I like them. Yeah, I like them boiling hot on half of it and still ice cold in the other.
And like wet.
Wet
Wet
like
and soggy.
truly wet.
I mean, they're always wet and soggy versus toasted and crispy. But like I said, when there were many nights where I would.
When Zach out was making the rules.
I would always do both though.
That's fair.
But I very rarely. I also worked at a pizza place, so I pretty much just got free pizza. Which is better.
Something I miss of Totino's that they don't do anymore. They used to have a beef nacho. They were the triangle shape instead of a square. I've been looking forever, but there's Taco Supreme and just beef nacho.
I'm bacon now. It's one of the newer flavors. Bacon.
Cheese and bacon. Oh, that's right. No, I have had them. They're
good. The worst part is they almost reset your palate though. You can't do bacon and like combination, which is what I used to get is combination because like if you do both at the same time, the bacon ones taste so different than a pizza roll.
They don't taste like a pizza roll. Yeah.
They really don't taste like a pizza roll. They're really good, but like if you can't mix those. Like you can mix like I'll have a supreme and I'll have a triple pepperoni and I'll have a combination. Once you eat the bacon, it's like it either doesn't taste good or the other ones don't taste good. I don't feel like whatever you're in the mood for,
they can't accentuate each other.
They do not.
My favorite is a supreme pizza roll, but I always get combination because if anyone else is going to walk around and have them, they don't like supreme.
You know what I did put in my top 5 appetizers that really probably is number 1? An appetizer sampler. I love the mix. Like if you get to a place where they're like, oh, well, we got a sampler, it's almost always like chicken tenders, onion rings, and moss sticks, and I'll just get that as my meal.
Southwest tacos, Southwest egg rolls.
I love a sampler.
Absolutely.
Like B-dubs it has a good sampler. It's onion rings, nachos, wings.
It's the only time I allow even the term boneless chicken wing.
Yeah.
Is in a sampler platter that's going to come with 3 basically chicken nuggets.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, I think that appetizer samplers are good because mine would be a really crappy sampler. My top 5, none of them mash. If someone brought you a sampler of some bread, some chips and queso, some loaded fries.
Although I have had Chili's used to do that.
Moss sticks is fine. And a charcuterie board. That would be the charcuterie board. My
charcuterie board of appetizers
would be the loaded fries and the chips and queso and bread.
Is that even a foul? Arms are up. Van Fleet initiated contact. I don't think that's much of a foul. But the offense, the league likes scoring. That's a block.
That's not
That's
a
a
foul.
clean block.
That's not a foul. They're reviewing it. That's a clean block against Fred Van Elite.
Yeah, he's from where I'm from.
He was a shocker, right?
Is that what they were called? I don't remember.
Wichita State?
No. It's high school. He went to Auburn. It was Rockford.
I thought he was Wichita State shocker.
Yeah, he was a shocker. I think so. Anyway, I got a chart and I forgot what else I had to do. I know there's something else. Oh, I got to set up. I have a bunch of patients tomorrow to see, and I got to get done in time to pick up the kids.
Fun.
Yay. How's your weight loss journey going since we both decided that you need and we need to?
It's going. I don't really lose weight ever, so there's that. I just redistribute. I just get more muscle and less fat. That's all that happens generally for me.
So over the last 10 months, I'm down 40.
Okay.
Since Christmas, 15.
What are you down from your max weight?
40.
40. See, for my max weight, I'm down 56.
I got to get on it.
I was down a lot more than that. But it's hard because I got like really sick. I got COVID. And I
throw off everything.
I lost like at least 10 pounds while I was on
An unfair loss, yeah.
And like, I don't think that was like earned or like even maybe good.
So I talked about my plan to not get caught buying the dumbbell. It worked. There's the dumbbell. She has no idea. I turned the doorbell off the house at the front door. Unscrewed it. So, I got to charge it. Bam. Charged it. And got it in the house.
Do some devil presses and just kill yourself.
What's that one? What's the devil press?
Oh, it's I can show you, but it's
That's all right. Is that the push up and the?
Yeah. You go down. You start standing up. Go to the ground.
Like a burpee.
Yep. You do a push up. You burpee up with it. Pull it. Press it. That's one.
Yeah. That's a.
And it's super bad when you have two dumbbells. You do both.
The other one will be here Friday, so I got to do the
Make you want
trick
to shoot
again.
yourself. It's a good workout though.
I told Nicole I wanted to get a bench because I told her I wanted to work on my butt, and it's because it's such a small gym. The only area where there's actual weight benches is with meatheads there, and they're there. They get there at 4:30 or so, and they're there till after I leave.
That
So
is
like,
the worst when you have the same people who are just always on them.
and they're in the same spot. They're always by the dumbbells, and they're at the bench,
Yeah.
and one of the pulley systems. Like I don't want to go over there and get in their way, so I stick to my machines. So I feel like I'm kind of running out of new shit, which is another reason I wanted the dumbbells and I want a bench to do that thrust. It's on Instagram. You see these people throwing a bunch of weight on their abdomen and doing like hip thrusts. I want to work on my butt. I have no ass. I got it from my dad.
I like to dumbbell bench.
I think it works good for the core because like there's no balance of the bar. Like it's a lot more focused. I'll get there. Anyway, I'm here to finish off and beat you. We don't have anything on the line, but I'm one game up. But we have 2 games different this time, don't we? Or just one?
Just one. So I either catch you or it's over.
Pretty much,
Basically.
yeah.
Because there'll be 3 games left. I'll start just going against you if I'm down 2. So it's been real.
It's been real. It's been fun, and I can say it's been real fun. So I'm gonna let everyone out hearing the intro to the Pat McAfee show because actually I found it before he did. So y'all motherfuckers have a good night.